The Irishman. This takes part in the 1950s, place in the 1950s. Frank served in the army and then finds himself driving and being a errand boy for the Bufafinos. The Bufafinos were a mobster Italian gang. Back in the 1950s to 1960s, they ran Pennsylvania. He was the kingpin. There was nothing he didn't own, okay? He had hands in every single pocket. He had hands in every single business. This guy was dangerous. He was not one of these men you screw over. And the story basically tells of Frank, who drives for him, gets involved with Angelo, Russell, Harvey, all sorts of people. Harvey was a politician back in the 19. Harvey was a friend of Russell, and Angelo Bruno was a politician back in the 1950s who believed in rights. He was against Kennedy back in 1957. He was all about standing up for the Italians, making sure they have the rights. He was a true believer in his state. The problem was he was involved in corruption and law. He was involved in so many corruption because, again, the way he wanted to believe in business, he went through some dark pathways and some dark turns. So these men basically ran Pennsylvania. They were corrupt, they were suicidal, they were conniving. These guys were the mobsters. This is a bit like Black Mass with Whitey Bulger, only he's Italian. That's what this film is. And within the film, you learn so much about this family. The syndicate family of the Bufafinos were the most well-known and ruthless family one of the ruthless families during the 1950s. So let's start with the cast. Robert De Niro plays Frank. I absolutely love him in this role. He's amazing. He doesn't even say much, but he doesn't need to. He was a down-to-earth sort of man that did the job, didn't ask questions, and finished it. Got paid, went home. That's what he was about. He didn't get involved in the drama. He didn't get involved in the politics. He just did the job and got paid. But his connections were so important because he knew so much stuff about the Bufafinos, about Angelo, about Skinner. He knew everything about what was going on within politics, within the law. There was even corrupt people in Russell's corporation. There was judges. He paid off judges, lawyers, accountants, any person he could. And this is just all about their corrupting agency and what Frank had to deal with. Frank's time and journey while he was friends with one of the most highly dangerous criminals in that era. Joe Pesci plays Russell Bufalino. Obviously, you know him from Home Alone. His character and his acting is brilliant in this. He plays the role of a mobster, an Italian kingpin, amazingly. Absolutely brilliant. His chemistry with Robert De Niro is great. He's very cynical. He's very mysterious. He's a businessman of corruption. That's what he is. And the way he interacts with these characters in the film, his acting is fantastic. It's just absolutely brilliant. And he does a fantastic job. And I've seen him in Home Alone, but I've never seen him in this kind of role. And I want him to give him more of these roles. He's absolutely fantastic. He's absolutely brilliant, honestly. Everything about this character you love. And he's evil as hell, but he does such a good job of it. Harvey Keitel plays Angelo Bruno, who is the cousin of Russell Bufalino, politician. I loved him in this. I think I've never seen him in things before, but I want to see him in something again because he's incredible as well. What I love about this guy who plays this character is he plays the politician. He plays the role of the politician greatly. And I'm sorry to say this, but they are like this. The politicians that skips junctions. That is at some point doesn't tell the truth when he talks. Makes a massive speech but doesn't make any difference. Gets the money but you don't know where it's from. He was involved in some very dark stuff in this that I am not going to reveal because I really want you to watch this film. So he does a fantastic job and this is absolutely amazing. Bobby Convale plays Skinny Razor. Again, another great character, another journey. I think what I like about The Irishman is each of these characters has an unexpected ending you don't see. Or each of these characters goes down a road you didn't expect. Or goes down a different path that you don't see coming. Or something happens to this character that you can't predict. That's what I love. These characters are gangsters, but there's so much more to them. And that's what I love about this film. There's so much more. You pay attention to these characters. You're in the film every time. It's brilliant. You've also got Stephen Graham, who plays Anthony Proven. He, again, a corrupt politician who's in the pocket of also Russell Bufalino. What I like about this film, every person you see that works in this film is connected to this crime lord. He has businesses, he has debts, he knows how to deal, and he doesn't leave traces, he doesn't leave clues, he doesn't leave dead ends. That's what I love about this guy, and it's so clever. I didn't know about this film, so I rang I Hear You Paint Houses. That's the name of the book. I can't tell you why that's connected to the film, but you'll find out when you watch it. It's absolutely fantastic. This is Oscar-winning incredible. It's so good. The direction is fantastic. I love how the build-up at times and adds to the pace that is so slow. It just suddenly just goes really slow, really calm, and then, like the Joker, it goes into a massive, unexpected climax of, oh my God! You know what I mean? It's brilliant. I love the atmosphere that takes part in each of the film scenes of this movie. When you can feel the tension in some of these scenes. It's not even shown in the acting. It's not even shown in the words. It's shown in the actual scene. You are on edge in some of it because you're just like, oh no, this is not good. You can sense something's going to go wrong. That's what I like about this film as well. Build up, fantastic. The tension that builds to a climax, that builds to a twist. The formations are amazing. They absolutely are incredible. And the cuts from one scene to the other is so beautifully done. It works well within the timing of the character, the timing of the lines, the timing of the characters, the leading up to the moment that works within it. And when it cuts perfectly. There's no muddlement. There's no messiness. It's just clear, and I absolutely love it. I also like the stunts in this. It's fantastic. The climax moments are completely led up really well, and you will not predict anything that goes on in this film, and the conclusion you will not expect. All right, this is not I'm gonna guess. This is the conclusion that you will not expect. You've seen most gangster films. It's very different to other gangster films. There are a few similarities, but it is different. And that's what I love about this. You do not expect anything that goes on. This is Oscar award-winning performances from each of the actors. Phenomenal storylines, incredible scenes, fantastic tension building. It's real as it can be. So for all those reasons, I've got to give The Irishman 5 stars. So The Irishman. Have you guys seen this yet? If you like historic crime boss films or real stories of actual tragic events that happened in history, you will love this. And don't say that's a spoiler, because you know for all these films, when you watch them, something tragic always happens. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week. If you do like this video, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to Movie Matters for more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next movie review.